Fear, avoidance, and insecurity are powerful emotional patterns that can entrench themselves in our daily lives. They shape how we make decisions, how we engage with others, and how we perceive our potential. Left unexamined, these patterns can stunt growth, prevent authentic connection, and keep us locked in cycles of self-doubt and retreat. This guide explores how to recognize these patterns, dismantle them, and step into a life of clarity, courage, and integrity. Fear is a primal response. It's meant to protect us from danger, but when fear governs our everyday decisions, it becomes maladaptive. It tells us to stay small, quiet, or hidden. It manifests as fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of abandonment, or fear of being truly seen. Avoidance is the behavioral offspring of fear. Rather than confront discomfort, avoidance seduces us into numbing, procrastinating, escaping, or rationalizing. Avoidance is subtle. It can look like staying busy, endlessly scrolling, or focusing on others' problems instead of our own. Insecurity is the internalized belief that we are not enough. It stems from early experiences of neglect, inconsistency, criticism, or unmet emotional needs. Insecurity tells us that we must earn worth, prove value, or hide perceived flaws. It partners with fear and fuels avoidance. Missed opportunities for growth, chronic self-sabotage, shallow or strained relationships, loss of self-respect and self-trust. A life half-lived, reactive, not intentional. Overcoming fear, avoidance, and insecurity is not about eliminating discomfort. It's about reclaiming agency and learning to live with aligned discomfort, the kind that stretches us toward truth and freedom. Begin by noticing your patterns without judgment. Where do you shrink, avoid, or distort truth? Where do you overfunction to avoid vulnerability? Write these moments down. The goal is awareness, not shame. Every avoidance behavior is protecting something. Ask, what am I afraid would happen if I face this directly? Trace it to its emotional root: rejection, inadequacy, loss of control, etc. Labeling it reduces its power. Fear and avoidance are often rooted in nervous system dysregulation. Use grounding techniques, deep breathing, walking in nature, cold water, stretching, or journaling. A regulated system can respond rather than react. Choose small, doable acts that move you toward the fear rather than away from it. If you avoid hard conversations, write a letter you don't send. If you fear visibility, speak in a small group. Tiny reps create new neural pathways. Your internal dialogue shapes your identity. Challenge insecure thoughts with evidence, not forced positivity. Replace "I'm not enough" with "I'm learning to stand in my worth, even when it's hard." Consistent reframing builds resilience. Make commitments to yourself and keep them. Set limits on avoidance behaviors, time limits on social media, scheduled action steps, etc. Self-boundaries create trust with yourself and reverse the cycle of self-betrayal. Begin to validate your experience, your truth, your needs. You are not required to explain or justify what you feel. Practice internal validation by naming your emotions and letting them be real without external approval. Surround yourself with people who support your clarity, not your confusion. Avoid enablers of your fear patterns. Choose those who hold you capable, not fragile. Safe relationships mirror your evolving wholeness. As you grow, your old patterns will fight to survive. You may feel resistance, fatigue, or a desire to revert. Don't interpret this as failure. It's a sign you are entering new terrain. Breathe, pause, and realign. When fear arises, ask, what would I do if I were free? Use your answer to realign. Let purpose lead you more than pain. Freedom is not the absence of fear. It's movement in spite of it. When we break free of fear, avoidance, and insecurity, we step into authenticity, acting in alignment with your values, not your fears. Clarity, knowing what you want and where you stand. Courage, acting even when uncomfortable. Integrity, living according to what you believe, not what others demand. Peace, the deep, quiet confidence that you can handle life as it comes. This is a shift from living to survive into living to serve, to connect, and to create. It's not about never feeling fear again. It's about never again letting fear drive the vehicle of your life. The work is not easy, but it is worth it. Every moment you choose courage over avoidance, presence over escape, truth over silence, You build a self you can trust, and that trust becomes unshakable. You are not here to manage fear. You are here to transcend it. The life on the other side is yours to claim, one aligned, deliberate, powerful step at a time.